Gotta love a lady and her power tools, right?
My name's Carolyn. Welcome back to my RV life. For those of you who have been following my videos for a while, you are well aware that I bought Matilda here, a very old RV, 1992 Jamboree Classy Rally. And with a 25-year-old RV come a lot of problems, as a lot of you who have been following me for a while know. When driving in rainstorms, I was getting a deluge of water through the old vent and fan in the bathroom. And a few weeks ago, I mean, it flooded my RV. Literally, it was like gallons of water had been sucked in from the vacuum from driving. Recently, I went up on the roof and I did some damage control and I repaired some leaks and some problem areas. Today, I'm going to show you how I replaced my vent in my bathroom with a fantastic fan. If you want more great content, be sure to subscribe and let's go install a fantastic fan. Sweet. Coming up easy. So I have a rubber roof, so it is stuck to the rubber roof, and I can feel the rubber coming up a little bit, but wow, this is coming up really easy. Is that a sign that it was leaking real bad? Probably. But I unscrewed it. Look at that! Nice! Wow, it almost lifts right up. I thought it was going to be so much harder. Alright. Just want to point out, Bob's still sleeping. Alright. Okay, look at that. All right. I haven't cut the battery yet or cut the wires. So over here, I had used a Turnabond tape. I thought maybe it was coming in from here when I drive, and so I had tried some of the Turnabond tape. So I'm just going to cut that, being careful not to cut the rubber roof. So we'll start it in there. Yeah. So I'm going to lift it up. Can you see? Where are we? It's hard to see. Oh yeah, you can see. So I'm going to lift it up so I can create a gap, so I can just cut the Turnabond tape without cutting the roof. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Look. All right. So now I'll look at the new one to see where I need to cut the wires. Actually, oh, look at right there. I can see it right there. So I have new blue things, connectors. So actually, I'm just going to need to, once I cut the battery, I need to cut the power from the battery before I work with this. Then just attach the new one. This is going to be super easy. I'm actually surprised it doesn't feel wet. Oh, that's really wet. Yeah, so this is where the leak was coming from. All right, I'm gonna get this cleaned up, cut the power, figure out how I'm gonna get the other fan up here. It's kind of big and bulky. I usually just bring everything up in a backpack. We'll figure out how to get the new one up here. Sweet. So I think this is the butyl tape, which is supposed to seal it, and look at that's just crumbling. So yeah, I mean seriously, you would not believe how much, it was crazy how much flooded it was. I mean the floor, I would step on it and it was sopping wet, and I showed you a little bit inside what I had to do to pull up the floor to get it dried out. I mean, but it was like buckets of water were just spilling in here, and this is why. Look at that's crumbling. So I'll seal it with new butyl tape when I put the new one in. Is this stuff. So I bought this spray foam caulk remover to clean up the roof with before I lay new die-core or new Turnabond tape down. And I had to make sure it's spray foam and silicone caulk remover and a little bit of a cleaner, and I had to make sure it was safe for rubber, and I didn't see anything on the back that said it wasn't safe on rubber, so I've been using it and it seems to be okay. So it's like a gel, So I spray it on and let it sit for a minute and then just wipe it off, and I've already done that over here. Yeah, I can see the old die core coming up and the rubber seems fine. So I'm going to want a nice clean surface for when I put the new stuff down. I want a nice tight seal, so you want it to be as smooth as possible. Okay, it's all cleaned up. So now Bob is awake and he's going to help me bring up the new fan, and I'm going to prep it before I cut the wires, because I've got a little bit of sun, so I don't want to disconnect the batteries. We're in a lot of shade, a lot of trees here, so I want to soak up as much sun as I can. So I'm gonna prep it by putting the new butyl tape on it, and before I cut the battery and reconnect it. But that's about as clean as it's gonna get. I do have a couple holes in the rubber, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover that with the Turnabond tape before I lay the other one down, just to make sure. Okay. Okay, so the next step is going to be to lay down the butyl tape, and this is going to create a seal around. Here's the new fan. My friend Bob is up and he helped me get it up here. So the butyl tape here is basically just some really gooey rubber tape that I'm going to lay down on the roof, and it's going to seal where I'm going to screw it in here. So it'll create a really tight bond. So I'm just going to go ahead and start that now. It's going to go along here. I'm going to lay it down where the old stuff, the old crumbly foamy stuff was. Say hi, Bob. Where are you? Bob is my beautiful assistant.
Lovely. Your lovely assistant.
Lovely assistant. So, I have prepped this first with the caulk remover, and then my lovely assistant Bob had a bottle of spray alcohol that I went over it one more time just to remove any sticky residue, any dirt that might be here, because I want to make sure that everything I'm putting on here is going to create a really tight seal and not lift up, so we didn't want any oils or anything. Alright, so I'm going to cut off the first half a foot or whatever, because it's got gook on it, so I want it to be clean and fresh. There we go. Now I'm just going to start laying it. Got to be careful with this up on the roof. I don't want to be throwing it around because it's a rubber roof, and I've already put a little slice in it by just throwing this around. So either cover it up or put it on something safe. And my legs are in the way, huh? Alright. Oh, getting it straight would help. Oh, wow, this stuff's a little challenging to work with. So what I'm going to do, since I'm cutting it, is I'm going to overlap it. Because I think I stretched that one a little bit too much. So I'll overlap it. Sweet. There we go. Practice makes perfect. And I haven't cut the wires yet. Oh, look at that. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut the wires, and on the old one. The wires on this one are all underneath. Oh yeah, so I'll cut the wires to leave these two hanging. That's what I'll do. Getting ready to get this thing popped in. Okay, my lovely assistant killed the battery for me, so we're ready to disconnect the power here. Let me show you. So we're ready to disconnect the old fan. All right. So let me see what I have here in my new pack. Okay, in my new pack I have new blue connectors here. So I'm gonna splice them after the. I'm gonna splice them here. Oh shit! I think I just put a hole in my roof. That's what it is. I need a wire cutter. I think I have one. Oh, never mind. I got it. All right. Goodbye, old cheap fan. Woohoo! Goodbye, flooding, hopefully. All right. I just put a little hole in my roof. So let's cover that up. Remember, this is not a how-to video. This is how Carolyn does it. To show that if I can do it, anybody can do it. May not be perfect, but we're getting a lot of rain in the next couple of days, so I will show you the results. And if it's not perfect, but it works, then who cares? Now I'm going to remove the tape. Can you see that? Oh, this is not easy to do. I'm telling you, every time I do this, I have more respect for, hello, shout out to Survivor, man. Love that show. Boy, setting up your shots by yourself is not the easiest thing in the world to do. All right, so I'm gonna remove the tape from the butyl tape. Oops, I screwed up on that one. Oh, bummer. Okay. Okay. Butyl tape is ready to go. All right. Yay, I'm excited. All right. I'm going to install this one the way the old one was installed. So the vent opens this way, so that when I'm traveling, the air flows over it. Okay, we need to make sure, of course, the wires go inside. I'll connect them back up to this. That'll be my last step. And make sure they're in there before you lay it down. And now I'm just going to lay it down. Look at that. Sweet! And then I'm going to start drilling. Two things I love, demo and power tools. All right. Okay, I have two different size screws here. So I have 16 of the big ones, and then I have some smaller ones, so these might be for inside. Thanks, Badge. I love my drill. All right. This never gonna leak again. Yeah, actually, that looks pretty good. step is to seal it with Dicor. Oh, this isn't Dicor. Interesting. Anyway, I usually use Dicor. Self-leveling sealant. And we're just going to drown the sucker in this. Make sure to cover up the screw holes and everything so that we don't get any water in there. And of course the edges around, and I'm going to show you that, the edges around the vent. And then we're going to go inside and connect her and see how it goes. Hopefully it won't be me. But if anybody ever needs to unscrew it, actually I think this stuff kind of creates a rubber that you can almost dig out. But just in case, I'm going to put the Eternabond tape over it, over the screw holes. That way you can just poke a hole in them if you need to get to the screws. There we go. All the screws, holes are covered. Now the good thing about this is you can't be too sloppy, which is perfect for me. So I'm kind of laying it, actually, now that I'm doing it, on the edge of the vent so that it levels onto the ridge of the butyl tape. It's going to go around it first, like that, and see how it settles before I go around and do another one. Use this stuff liberally to make sure you have a nice thick seal around the whole thing. And I know it says self-leveling, but it doesn't. It leaves big goop spots. So I'm actually going to level it out just to make sure it's even and make sure everything is covered. You see that? So I'm going to go ahead and just level it out with my putty knife. Why not? Look at that. Yeah, better coverage if I do that. Look at that. Nice. Just make sure there's no holes or leaks. I'm almost out already. All right. I got a pretty good seal here. I have gone through a full tube of the self-leveling sealant. Let me show you all the way around. And I've leveled it out with a putty knife. But we do have some rain coming, so we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a while. I'm gonna go inside and finish it off. Okay, so I've got the wires connected. My lovely assistant Bob is reconnecting the battery for me, and we will have a moment of truth here in a second. And my lovely assistant's wardrobe today is brought to you by Goodwill and REI. I have power. All right, let's see. Yay! It worked! I guess that was the easy part. The hard part's going to be making sure it's waterproof. Alright, I'm just going to put the trim on it. The new fan is in, and because the trim that came with the new fan needed to be cut to size, and I didn't have the tools to cut it, I just went ahead and put the old trim on from my old fan. And you'll see the screws that came with the new fan are here. They fit in just fine. There we go. We're all done. I have a new fantastic fan. Woohoo! Thanks for hanging with me today as we installed the new fantastic fan. And if you want to continue to hang out with me and see this wonderful country of ours, be sure to subscribe here, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. In the meantime, remember to be happy, be free, and be kind.